producer of Resident Evil Village. Thanks to all of our fans, Village has sold over 6 million units
Oh, this might be
worldwide.
Resident Evil DLC.
Everyone on the team is incredibly happy to see so many people enjoy the game. Thank you for your support. The Resident Evil series continues to bring fun
the
experiences
MVP of
to people
Impel
around
Down.
the world.
DLC Village,
We want
bitch.
longtime
Yeah, it's gotta
fans
have to
and
be.
people who are new to Resident Evil to enjoy this storied franchise. Let's start with this video.
Unless they're gonna talk about VR. Oh no, World Premiere, please be about the lesbians. 16 years after he left. Oh!
It's alright, Rose. It's alright.
They're gonna let you play as Rose now? No way.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do. I want to live a normal life.
I thought they would have saved this for 9.
She's near death. Ew, something just moved on her hand.
Shut up! What's going on here?
Maybe we'll tie in tonight? Oh, for sure. Are they playing someone with powers in these games? She's back at the Syrian castle. Yeah. What?
Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue.
Shadows of Rose? New content coming to the mercenaries?
Marking the target. It's showtime!
You get to play? You get to play as Lady Dimitrescu? Oh, shit. Oh my god. Ethan returns in third person mode. Oh shit, they're adding a third person mode to the game? Oh my, that's fucking huge. That is really huge. That is a big expansion. RE4R is coming included to it. Village New game, so I didn't just talk about comics and manga. Don't, no, you're good, Junie.
Sorry to keep
I'm
you
gonna
waiting.
get to your One Piece stuff and
We're
stuff
happy
like that.
to reveal
Sorry,
the
I just had
DLC
to.
for Resident Evil Village we promised last
I
year.
just had to. It's that's big, but don't worry, we don't get
We
to you,
think
Junie.
this
Don't
new
worry, brother.
experience
We love
will be
you.
worth the wait. This DLC includes 3 major features.
Wow.
First, the third-person mode. Many people asked for this, and we were able to add it into the game. Now, you'll be able to see Ethan as he desperately
Wow,
fights
Resident
for survival.
Evil is
Players
doing
that have
something
already
very
experienced
crazy.
Ethan's
It is
journey can
giving
enjoy the new
fans the best of
perspective
both
and animations
worlds.
too.
If you prefer first
Mercenaries
person,
returns
you keep
with
first
additional
person,
orders
and
in
now
an
you're getting
arcade-style
third
action
person
game
if
where
you
focus
want
has been
it.
put
That
on
is
the exhilarating
awesome.
feeling of defeating relentless hordes of enemies. New stages are included.
Yeah, I'm not even that.
as well
Like,
as
I like
additional
Resident Evil.
playable
I'm just too
characters,
scared to
such
play
as
it.
Chris
But this is
Redfield
good
and
content.
Heisenberg. Of course, Lady Dimitrescu will be there too. We've really fueled this mode up. Enjoy looking down on your foes from over 9 feet above as Lady Dimitrescu slashes her enemies aside. The third edition is one you've surely been waiting for. An additional story, Shadows of Rose.
This is
Today,
nuts.
let me introduce just a bit of this story.
Rose, the beloved daughter of the main protagonist Ethan, is now a grown-up main
That's
character
leading
in
us?
this new
Yeah.
story mode. In this sequel to the main story of Village, you can experience Rose's struggles with the terrifying powers she was born
9
with.
feet of
To
love.
break free of the curse of her powers, she enters the consciousness of the Megamycete. There, she meets a girl who looks just like her. In this mysterious realm of consciousness, time and space is warped beyond recognition. Rose is guided by a being who calls himself Michael, who might be of assistance with removing her
So talk about
powers.
this cool game stuff. I feel my comments take away from the subject.
Shadows of Rose
Silly,
is set
self-conscious
completely
stuff,
in a
so
third-person
I understand,
perspective.
Junie.
In
I
the
go
realm
through
of
that all the
consciousness,
time,
you
brother.
won't only
It
face
happens,
creatures,
but you know
but
what,
the
dude?
world itself
Don't worry
seems to be
about that. We
attacking
love you.
Enjoy
Stuff
the
you want to
horror
talk
of
about
the world
that, we're gonna
itself
get to
being
that
your
too.
greatest enemy.
And don't feel bad about it at all, man. We just
How
we're
will
glad you're
Rose
here.
find freedom from her mysterious powers? The DLC for Resident Evil Village Winter's Expansion includes all 3 of these major additions.
That is
In
3
addition,
really big
Resident
updates.
Evil Village Gold Edition, a bundle of Winter's Expansion with the base game, will be released simultaneously. The release date is planned for October 28,
That is big.
2022.
October is a big
Resident
month for
Evil
games. this year.
RE4R will also begin service on the same date, October 28, 2022. We hope that you are looking forward to it.
That is a big update. October is
How did you like
Marvel
that?
Midnight Suns, Forspoken, Gotham
Also,
Knights, and
as
Resident
already
Evil.
announced, we're working on making the main story of Village available on Mac so that even more people can enjoy Resident Evil.
It's a lot of stuff.
In addition, the main story of Village is planned to be playable on PlayStation VR 2. We're working hard on bringing
Yeah,
you
October
the
is the
ultimate
biggest month of
immersive
games
experience
this year.
worthy of next gen in Resident Evil Village. So look forward to future announcements.
And Bayonetta 3 possibly in
Up next,
October.
a game that was announced just a few days ago.
Alright, this is what brought everybody to the dance. Get your lipstick on. Every time I see anything from a horror game, it makes me want to see John Constantine pop up in it. I would love John Constantine in Resident Evil. October is the 3rd best month of the year, but the games this year may push it up to number 2, in my opinion. Summer are top months, in my opinion. Of course! Of course! You're absolutely correct, Rosie. Alright. Let's see how much, if this is going to be looking a lot scarier or not.
Gondor one to roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Have to imagine Ashley might be playable this time. Like, nothing good would come from him showing up in Resident Evil, but it would be so good. No, everything's better with John Constantine in it. Love the flamenco music. Yes, such a
Guess
great part.
you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Yeah, Ada. Yeah.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain.
God, I
Even
love
for a
Leon.
second.
It's my boy. I know he's overused, but still.
This time, it can be different. It has to.
Okay, we were promised gameplay.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasuhiro Anpo, director of Resident Evil 4.
And I'm Yoshiaki Hirabayashi, producer of
Why does
Resident
he look
Evil
like a
4.
DMC character?
This title is
It's
a
all
reimagining of
Capcom,
Resident
so-
Evil 4,
Well,
based on the
remember, Devil
original
May Cry was supposed to
2005
be a
release.
Resident Evil game.
Similar to other titles in the series, we are carefully preserving what makes the original title special, while updating it with modern flourishes for everyone to enjoy when it launches in 2023. Today, we'll reintroduce a bit of the game's story.
Terry Bogard looking ass. Great reference.
Resident Evil
he does
4
have
is
that
set
Mark
6 years after the
Mark
events
of the
in Raccoon
Wolves
City,
jacket.
depicted in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. The main character of the game, Leon S. Kennedy, survived the Raccoon City incident and was assigned as an agent directly under the President of the United States. Leon is dispatched to a quiet village in Europe as part of a mission to rescue the kidnapped daughter of the President. You might notice Leon is much more mature
I have a
and
feeling
fearless due to
Ashley
his
is going to
past
be way older in
experiences.
these games.
The Ganado, the main enemies of this game, wait for him. The experience of being attacked by hordes of crazed Ganado is truly an iconic moment from Resident Evil. In order to truly bring out the concept of terror of people controlled by madness, the Ganado have been completely redesigned.
Let's take a closer look at the game itself.
Alright, come on. Actual gameplay.
The over-the-shoulder camera returns, of course. Leon arrives at a dense and dangerous forest. We want to nail the feeling of loneliness and fear of not knowing
Yep,
what
this
lies
game
ahead,
already looks
even more
scarier
so
than
than
the
the original. Of course, there will also be thrilling battles. People that played the recent Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 should find this familiar.
Yep, I'm already uncomfortable.
Look forward to future announcements, where we'll have more information on
Oh,
the
that
game.
was it?
Resident Evil 4 is being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X,
That
Series
was it?
S, and PC. The release date will be March 24th, 2023.
We are aiming to create a Resident Evil 4 that everyone can enjoy,
That was all the
so please look
gameplay
forward to
we
it.
got.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was... That was such a tease.
What did you think about the latest information on Resident Evil Village
Bitches
and
said
Resident Evil 4?
gameplay they gave us. It was...
Both games are currently
They
in
trolled everyone with
development.
that gameplay. They really did.
For those that can't wait for the release, check out the following games.
That was it? Yeah. It's like, what the... Why did they put World Parade? Is this a collection? Here's 5 seconds of it. Yeah. They did the same thing with Street Fighter at the beginning too. Like, what the fuck was that? Don't be wrong, this showcase was good because all they advertised was gameplay of previously announced games. That Resident Evil 8 Village section was awesome, so we can't be mad about that. We got an announcement of a Dragon's Dogma stream, which I'm certain will lead to Dragon's Dogma 2. Exo Primal looked fun, so I mean it wasn't bad. And they announced the Monster Hunter Sunbreak demo, so that's not bad. But the gameplay reveal for Resident Evil 4, that was disappointing.
Resident Evil 7, which brought the series back to
And
its
they're advertising
survival
this
horror
game we
roots.
already have. So
And
I mean,
reimagining
they should have ended on
classic
RE8
titles,
if you ask me.
Resident Evil
Yeah,
2
if there wasn't gonna be more
and Resident Evil
games,
3.
if there wasn't gonna be
These
more
three
games,
titles, built with RE Engine, return with
like
current
if
gen
there wasn't gonna be
features,
more gameplay
including
for Resident Evil 4,
support
they
for
should have
4K,
ended with the RE8
high frame
stuff.
rate, and ray tracing,
The PS5 ports are cool,
as well
but
as
it's
3D
just,
audio
yeah.
for an even more immersive experience. These titles are available for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
That's
and Series
cool. I
X
just don't think you
beginning
end with that.
In addition, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players can enjoy a free digital upgrade to current gen via the Digital Upgrade Program and Smart Delivery. For
Yeah, I'm just
PC
a nerdy
users,
casual fan,
an
so what I know
update
about
patch will be
marketing,
available
yeah.
on the same date.
Well, I don't think it's gonna hurt
For
the games. It's
newcomers and
just
veterans
today.
of survival
Yep,
horror
dropping
alike,
today.
we hope you enjoyed the immersion these new versions offer.
Welcome to the family. That's all for today's announcements. Thank you.
Red has ascended. Yeah, it's still a
That
good
wraps
showcase.
up today's show.
Still
We
a good
hope you're as
showcase.
excited as we are about some of our upcoming games. Thank you to everyone, new and old fans alike, for tuning in. We look forward to sharing more updates with you soon.
This is Christmas week. Yep. Not a great ending, but good stuff was shown into here. The Resident Evil Village stuff was the best stuff. That was really good. That Rose DLC is incredibly shocking, making Lady Demetreus playable mercenaries. At the third-person mode is the biggest thing to me. Like before we get off stream today, hold on. Let me just go over that. Because that's what's really blowing me. Is like the third person mode is like really fucking insane to me. I wasn't even hype and I was still too hype. Yeah, like because I've never seen that before for a game. And I'm pretty sure some game has done it before, but I don't think I've ever seen a scenario where they've let you had first person for an entire game and third person for an entire game specifically. That's really fucking awesome. Have you ever read Hellblazer, Steve? I know you're not a horror or magic guy, but John really seems like your type of character. I started to. I haven't finished. Right now I'm in a rough place with comics because everything going on with Comixology has really hurt my reading right now because I don't want to buy physical, even though I am because I have to, because I don't have space, and I don't want to get Marvel Unlimited or DC Infinite because I don't think those services are worth the price. So that's what's really messing me up with that. But I like Constantine. I love the show. I have a picture with the guy who, Matt Ryan, that played Constantine. But I'm going to read it in full one day. I've started it. I just never finished it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like I was saying, though, real quick, that third-person mode, to me, is the most incredible part. I don't know why that's what really did it for me. Because, and Red in the chat will be able to say, like, there's a bit of divide with Resident Evil fans on the first-person and the third-person camera views. 4, 7, and 8. Some people don't like the the first person. Some people love it. This is best of both worlds shit. A lot of people switch to League of Comics. Oh, I didn't know they had a service like that. What's it called? Yeah, like I think it's genuinely add dramatic reading of Hellblazer thing to make sure, Steve, if we ever hang out, I got you. Yeah, like it's really crazy to see that. Like, I just did not expect that at all. That was wild. I am very shocked. I am very, very shocked by that. But I it was a good presentation. I think the ending wasn't great, just because I think the RE4 gameplay was not nearly enough. That was like best of both worlds. It really is. It very, very much is. But yeah, that was the Resident Evil 8 DLC stuff was really good. And I remember telling one of my boys that I was just like, there's no way that they're not dropping that DLC before Resident Evil 4. Because you can't have Resident Evil 4 come out and they're like, oh, go to the Resident Evil 8 DLC. No. So it's glad they're releasing it. October stack. Like, let's fucking real quick do this. I wonder if they thought everyone would be fixated on NC, so they just slapped something and no one would notice. Maybe. But, like, let's do it. I apologize for how shiny I look right now. I start lowering the brightness on my desktop. But, hold on. We're going to go, 2022 in video gaming. So, we're going to go 2022 in video games. And then we're going to go all the way to October. So, October. Let's look at this, right? Marvel's Midnight Suns drops October 7th, right? Shiny Steve. Oh my god, a Shiny Steve Pokemon. Oh dear god. From the gameplay I've seen, the first person works for the horror part of it, but it seems annoying for shoot and run. I could see that too. Also, and look, whether it's up to people to determine if they prefer. Some people just don't like first person at all, which is fair, whatever, but still. So let's see, we've got Marvel's Midnight Sun, October 7th, right? Then Forspoken from Square Enix drops October 11th. Then we have Persona 4 Royale will come to Xbox and Windows. That's a big deal. Scorn from Microsoft is dropping on October 21st. That's a big Xbox exclusive. Gotham Knights drops October 25th. Fucking hell, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is October 28th. So Resident Evil's dropping the same day as Call of Duty. That's kind of huge. That is a big October. October is looking very good right now. As long as nothing gets delayed, which I don't think so, because Midnight Suns, Forspoken, and Gotham Knights were 3 games that were delayed previously. So I won't see my brother for the whole week of his birthday. It looks like it, because that's a lot of stuff. And then the rest of the final quarter of the year, I mean, the holiday quarter is always great, but it's looking really stacked, because then you have Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in November, and then Callisto Protocol is dropping December 2nd. That is a good final quarter of the month. I mean, because, you know, September has Splatoon 3, and, you know, Marvel Midnight Suns and Gotham Knights, let's go. I cannot wait for Midnight Suns. I'm so fucking excited. I'm gonna record a trailer. I'm gonna record a video that I'm trying to do of me dissecting the gameplay and stuff and what I'm really pumped for. But we'll see if I get that done, though. But yeah, this is a good lineup, and I still think Bayonetta, unless Nintendo looks at October as too stacked, I think we still get Bayonetta in October. This is the only month that we're missing a major Nintendo game outside of December. Hey Steve, why isn't there a One Piece game that on the same level of the Naruto Source game, or even Kakarot? Like, Kakarot's engine would be really good for a One Piece game. It's funny you mentioned that, because I think we're going to get that this year with One Piece Odyssey. One Piece Odyssey is going to be a turn-based RPG from on One Piece that is very heavily influenced by One Piece Odyssey. So I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait. I've never been more excited for a One Piece game in my life. I don't really get excited for too many anime games, because like you said, there's usually not that many on the level of those games. But I think that game's going to be fucking spectacular. When you get some chance, Junie, look it up. Your excitement is so contagious. Like, I thought it looked amazing beforehand, but geez, it's nice to see someone hyping it up. Oh my god, Midnight Suns I think looks amazing. Like, this game is incredible. It's something so different with the comic book games that you haven't seen. I've really started to like tactics games thanks to Fire Emblem. Like, I cannot wait for that game. I think it's going to be a fucking great time. Yep. Alright, so with that, thank you all so much for tuning in. I know this was kind of, I didn't talk about this. Oh, Thorgy did a builder roster for One Piece Fighter Z game, which I thought it would be really good. Yes, I've watched that video. I'm a big fan of Thorgy's Arcade. I wasn't the biggest Professor Thorgy comic guy, but that's because comics is so very difficult to kind of find someone on YouTube that's your comic taste, but and stuff. But I actually really like Thorgy's videos, especially his building roster. It was great being here. Oh, thank you so much, Neil. So many people have been shitting on the roster, and I've just mentioned going shut up. You know what? Like, it's understandable people don't like the rosters, but here's the thing, right? When it comes to video games, they have to do more than the movies. They have to ship a $60 price tag. It's different from the movies. And I don't know if this is going to be a controversial statement to people, but I'm sorry, as a huge comic book fan, I'm going to say it. When it comes to the video games, comic book accuracy is the least important thing in the world. I'm sorry. Because at $60, I have to enjoy what I'm playing. I have to enjoy what I'm playing. So, you have to make it work. I understand wanting more supernatural characters and wanting more Midnight Sun characters, but they have to sell this game. It's a tactics game. Tactics games are hard to sell. This game could have a dream roster for people, and they still wouldn't be excited because they just don't like tactic games. People have already said the card system looks cool. I actually think it's going to be really fun. I'm excited for Midnight Suns. I'm going to be playing that on stream. But with that, thank you all so much. Gosh, so already say about games and comic book accuracy. I appreciate that, Neil. It's just, and I feel like some people think I just hate comic book accuracy and adaptations, and that I'm mindless and I don't think about it. I don't. But at the end of the day, you're paying $60. Like, this is the example I use. If Spider-Man for PS4 had a dog shit interpretation of Peter Parker, that would only affect the game so much. Because, yes, people really love the story, and the story is a big part of the game, but that game is so fun to play that, I'll be honest, I would have let that go. I would not care. Like, that would not bother me at all. Marvel vs. Capcom, power scaling is way off in those games, and they're super enjoyable because I'm having fun. I don't give a shit about the fact that, Captain America just beat up Doctor Doom. Like, that stuff isn't going to bother me. So comic book accuracy, I'm sorry, it's not as effective on a game with a $60 price tag. It's just not. You know what I mean? Yeah, for story purposes, you want that there, but again, you're charging people a lot more money. A movie is a $10 to $15 ticket, call it a day. A game is $60. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, it was comic book. It had some comic book accuracies. It was a really good mix of comics and MCU, and the story was vital, and that's what made it really good. But even if the story was good, but the visuals, the dialogue, the RPG options, everything the game made you feel, that was really good. Like the Black Deck DLC, people complained that she was out of character. But I'm sorry, she was interesting in that DLC. Something the comics didn't do for me, so I'm gonna let that slide. Exactly. And that's coming from someone that didn't like the DLC. And that's my example. Like, and this isn't me coming at Red's opinion. And Red's perfectly valid in what they're saying. I just didn't like the Black Cat DLC because I don't feel like the content was there. I didn't think any of the Spider-Man DLC was there. I actually think the DLC was kind of didn't have enough. Hammerhead was a final boss fight in 2 of the DLCs. I thought that was kind of whack, but that's for another stream. That's for when we replay Spider-Man PS4 leading up to Spider-Man 2. But, you know, Felicia Hardy, great look in that fucking game. They killed that design. Alright, but I've already gone over. With that, you know what? You guys rock. I love you all. Stay safe. Have a good one. And I'll see you all down the road, alright? Bye-bye.